All right, guys, are you ready for project number 3 in the kitchen table stamper online classroom under my umbrella class? Got this adorable little umbrella bubbles in this cute little slider box. All right, let's get started here. And I think we're gonna start with the easy part, our stamping and our coloring. So we're gonna need a piece of Whisper White cardstock. And this is about 1 3/4 by 6, and that'll give us enough space for us to do the umbrella, the boots, 2 little bouquets, and a handle. So we're gonna do like we did last time and pay attention to the orientation of our punch while we stamp those items in a strip here. So I've got my Stampin' Pierce mat, my Memento Tuxedo Black, and I'm gonna start with that little umbrella. And we want to stamp that one so that it points to the left, keeping an eye on our punch and the orientation. Then the little handle, and that should be upside down and at a slight little angle. All right, then we've got some boots. I'm gonna put those on the other end as far away from the punch as we can get. And those 2 little flowers bouquet. Now all of our stamps, of course, came from Under My Umbrella, the featured stamp set. If you haven't gotten this bundle yet, the Under My Umbrella bundle, what are you waiting for? When you get the Under My Umbrella stamp set and Umbrella Builder Punch, you can save 10% and bundle those guys up. All right. Let's slide the Stampin' Pierce mat out of here. And we're going to color here like we did for the previous projects, but we're switching up our colors a little bit. So instead of yellow for our boots and umbrella, we're gonna go with the Flirty Flamingo here, but the technique is still the same. We're gonna fill in. I like to start from the center with the brush, get close to the edges as I can get, and then I switch to my bullet point because I have just better control that way. We want to work the edges right into that wet center place there, and then we'll add a little bit of a contour down the edges of this umbrella. If you want to, you can bring a little contour like up on the ribbing here. It's up to you. And then I like to just use little circles and bring the darker shade into the lighter shade. Same with our boots. We're gonna do the same kind of coloring. Fill in with the light, shadow with the dark. I like to do 1 boot at a time. It keeps my ink wet. All right, now I'm gonna color my flowers for this project much different than I did for the other ones. It's the same bouquet, but we're gonna use a little bit different color palettes. We're gonna use some blue and orange, accent with a little bit of purple. I've got my light and dark balmy blue. I'm going to do this little cup-shaped flower with the light, and then shadow at the bottom of this little cup shape with the dark, and then bring them together. And then I'll do the center of the next flower with the dark balmy blue. Got my Daffodil Delight combo next. I'm gonna fill in the next flower, light Daffodil Delight. A little shadow with the dark daffodil. Then I'm gonna fill in this next kind of round puffy flower with light Mango Melody. And then I'm gonna shadow with the dark Mango Melody. I'm actually gonna do kind of a 3 shade blend here because then I'm bringing in some light pumpkin pie. We're gonna put light pumpkin pie along the bottom of here and really give this flower a little bit more of an orange glow. I'm gonna go back to my dark Flirty Flamingo and do the center of our little orange flower. I'm gonna fill in this little kind of folded flower in the background here with the light Highland Heather, and then shadow a little bit with dark. And then leaves. You've done these a couple of times now. Light granny apple. A touch of dark, and then bring it together. All right, there's our coloring. Let's do some punching. First, our umbrella canopy. Then I'm gonna go ahead and trim away these guys because they get fussy cut. And then cut out the handle. And we'll cut our boots and flowers. All right, there we go. We got our fun little colorful bits. Let's set them aside and work on the structure for our box here. First thing you're going to do is choose a sheet of your 6x6 Designer Series paper, any color you like, and you're going to cut it down to 6 inches by 5 7/8. So you're just going to cut 1/8 of an inch off of the top of it. You also need a piece of Whisper White. This is the thick Whisper White. This is 3 1/4 by 7 3/4. These are the base pieces for our box. I'm going to use my Simply Score tool, and we'll score the base of the box. Now the base of the box is very simple, and it gets scored at 1 inch all the way around. So you'll just score an inch, rotate, score an inch, all the way around the box. A simple little tray to hold our umbrella. But now that makes this a 1 1/4 inch box. So we're gonna take our trimmer now, and we're gonna score our Designer Series paper. It's really important that you park that cutting blade, keep it far, far away from you, and you want to put this in so that you've got the 6 inch side in the trimmer. All right, so this way is 6, this is 5 7/8. Now you're gonna score this one, and I've got the little template. It'll be all ready for you on the project sheet for you to just follow right along. Now your first score is at 1 5/16. So 4/16 is 1/4. We need that 1 extra 16th so that our box will slide. And we want to score at 1 5/16. All right, then we're going to slide to 2 3/8. So 2 quarters, 2/8, halfway to half is 3/8. So 2 3/8. We're going to score. Then you need 3 11/16. So 3 8/16 is 1/2 an inch. 10/16 is the next 1/8. 11/16 is right before 3 3/4. Do you see that little tab right there? So line up to 11/16, and then we're gonna score. And our last score, nice easy one, is 4 3/4. All right, now we've scored up our Designer Series paper. We're going to run our bone folder over and make nice crisp lines. And that is the wrap for our box. Hold on to that. While we're using the bone folder, let's go ahead and make the tray. Work all those scores. This is the nice thick white. You want a nice crisp fold. All right, now we want to trim our tabs. Let's go ahead and cut out just the very smallest little dart. Get rid of the fold, but not much more. You're just debulking, but you don't want to make sloppy corners. All right, we've got that, and there's the tray of our box. Let's get some tape on these tabs. I like equal signs, you know that. So we're gonna make little equal signs on each of the tabs. And the reason why I like an equal sign, let me find my take your pick tool here, and I'll show you. We're gonna remove the release paper, and then you're going to make your corners. So when you do an equal sign, what happens is you've got adhesive all the way to the edge here. Got adhesive all the way to the edge here, at least as close as you can get it. And then you're supported here. You won't have gaps. Here you won't have gaps. And it makes a cleaner box. So we're going to do that on all 4 corners. All right, so nice tight corners there. There's our little box. Perfect little tray for our umbrella. Now, I've also got already punched out for you from Whisper White Cardstock one of these tab punches. And I like this because it gives you a little something to kind of hold on to. Pull, put it back in, see? And it keeps you from the urge to dig underneath here. This is just designer series paper, so we're gonna make this little tab next. And all you gotta do here is you're gonna fold this little guy in half, and then in between on this tab you're gonna add some tear and tape, and then folds it up, makes it double strong that way. This is completely optional if you'd like, because you can just use it as a tab just like it is. But I'm going to take a 1/4 inch circle punch, and I am going to punch a circle right in the center as best as I can get it. Let's see if we're right in the center. And there, now we've got a little loop. Let's take our loop and some more tear and tape adhesive all the way across. We're going to peel that and stick that right to the end of the box here. And when you got that, then you can burnish it down with your bone folder. All right, got our tab, we've got our tray. Now for our wrapper. Now when you started out with your wrapper, you score at 1 5/16, so that is the inside of your little wrapper. See that? Going to wrap around the box. Audition it, make sure it fits nice and snug. Now you want to keep that snugness, and how I find that I can keep that snugness is if you'll take your tear and tape adhesive and run it all the way along the inside edge of one, the outside edge of the other, you're going to have a nice snug wrapper. So burnish down that adhesive, grab our take your pick tool, and we'll go ahead and expose the adhesive, but we will actually wrap our treat box. So we'll add that guy in upside down, bring up one side, keep it nice and snug, across the other side, again keep it nice and snug. You really want a nice tight fit here. You want this box to be nice and snug. All right, we can add our treat back in, And be careful here, it's nice and snug, so you want to make sure that this slides underneath there nicely. So cute. Oh my goodness, I don't know which one I like it better, gingham or Venetian. We're doing them opposite on this one. All right, speaking of Venetian, I've got my label. I already cut from my Bright 6x6 designer series paper. I already cut the little label from the Venetian pattern. Now that little label is this largest label from Stitched So Sweetly. All right, let's go ahead and adhere that to the front of our treat. We're going to use a substantial amount of Stampin' Dimensionals because that's how I roll when I'm doing treats. But the best way to do this is going to be to put them kind of along the box. All right, how do I feel? I think we need another one down here and this little bottom loop, a little half. And we're going to peel all that adhesive, expose it. Then we can add our label, centered. And now none of the adhesive is off the edge of the box. Next up, we need a clip. And I've been doing them opposite all along, so we're gonna do that. The original sample has a silver one. We're gonna go with a white one. And we're gonna add the clip and the bow like we have in the previous projects. So clip that dude on. Grab your ribbon. And I like to tie it right to the clip. You can tie a bow and put it on there with a glue dot if you like. But I get my ribbon on the clip and then put a little glue dot underneath and pull it nice and tight. Tuck a little glue dot in there. Loop up over the top. Don't pull too tight yet, because with this ribbon, these little polka dots work like speed bumps. You need to give it some finesse. Now's the time to do it before you pull it real tight. You've also got a little glue dot in there if you're doing it the way I do it. Okay, when you've got it the way you like it, you can really smash it into that glue dot and pull tight. Now we need to liberate from the spool, clean the rough end, and there's our box. Ooh, I don't know which one's cuter. Let's get it all decorated and we'll decide, shall we? Got the Whisper White circle already cut for you. This is the stitched 2 3/8 inch circle from Stitch Shapes. And then we cut from Highland Heather the scallop 2 9/16 from Layering Circles. We're gonna go ahead and glue those guys together. I think the best way to do that is gonna be snail adhesive. Let's go ahead and get that glued down flat. Then we need to stamp our little greeting. I'm putting Showered with Love on there. Showered with Love is from Under My Umbrella. This is a really cute baby shower favor. Got Memento Tuxedo Black, and we want this Showered with Love budged all the way up against the stitches, as close in the upper right side to the stitches as you can get without going over. Okay, that gives us room for our umbrella and boots and everything else. Now, multi-purpose liquid glue is our friend for the umbrella. We're gonna add the canopy and we're gonna add the handle. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna touch my handle to the glue that's on the canopy there. And that'll give us a little bit of glue and a lot of control. So we want that umbrella right underneath Love. Don't cover your sentiment. Tuck the little handle in underneath. So cute. Then our boots. This is going to be just like our first project. We're going to take our boots and mini dimensionals. I'm going to put a couple on the back of the boots. Adhere the boots over the umbrella. And then arrange my little flowers. I'm gonna pop a little glue dot or mini dimensional right above the top of the boots. I'm not really burnishing down too hard yet because I want to make sure that I like the placement of these flowers over the umbrella before I burnish everything down. Feel pretty good about that. So we can burnish down all that adhesive. And then lastly, let's get this adhered to our treat. And of course, we're gonna use some more dimensionals because we can. This time I'm gonna cut up the edges here and add them kind of like a triangle on my label. That way I know that I don't have adhesive sticking out the back. All right. Pop that little dude right on top. Make sure that your boots are level and your showered with love greeting is level. There it is. Showered with love. If you've got questions about the project, email marissa@kitchentablestamper.com. And I'll see you in video number 4, where our rainbow theme will continue with this cute little sour carnival pop. All right, guys, thanks for being a part of the online classroom. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.